Hey, welcome back to Weeby Kids again. My name's Danny, I'm one of the founders at Weeby Kids. I'm an outdoor educator and a storyteller. If this is your first time at Weeby Kids, know that we have over 200 videos at our website www.weebykids.net. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe. It really helps us, and like and share and all of that fun stuff. So I'm up into the woods today because I wanted to tell you a story, and I always love coming up here to the woods to tell my stories, because my stories are always about nature and often about trees. So I want to tell you a story today which is from Germany. It's an old Germanic folk tale, and it is called The Little Fir Tree. Now, a long time ago, in a big, beautiful, mixed forest, there was a little fir tree. And this fir tree grew amongst all other types of trees. Sycamores, like this one behind me, beech, birch, oak, elm, ash, many different types of trees. But the fir tree was a little bit different. You see, the fir tree didn't have big, wide, broad leaves. It had tiny little needles. And one wonderful autumn day, as the sun was streaming into the forest, it was illuminating all of the golden leaves on the deciduous trees. And the fir tree looked around, and it looked at them all, glistening in the sun. And then it looked at its own short, stubby, dark needles. It said out loud, "I'm tired of these short, stubby, dark needles. I want beautiful golden leaves like everybody else." And as it said that, something magical seemed to happen in the forest. And that night the moon rose, and in the morning, when all the trees woke again, the fir tree was covered in beautiful golden leaves. But not any golden leaves. These leaves were solid gold. "Wow," the fir tree said, "look at me! Yes, I've got beautiful golden precious leaves." And he began to wave them. And as he waved them, they caught the sun. And they caught the attention of a passing traveller. And the traveller wandered in. He had a backpack on. He looked and he felt the leaves. He bit one. Solid gold. He emptied all the things out of his backpack. His lunch and a glass bottle. And he filled all of his bag with these solid gold leaves until there wasn't a single one left. And off he went. And the little fir tree sat there. "Where have all my lovely golden leaves gone? Oh, I'm not happy about that. I can't just be here with all my naked branches. I want something else. Maybe something less precious so it won't be stolen, but still beautiful." And it began to scan around, and it looked on the ground, and it saw the glass bottle that the traveller had left. "Oh, I know. Maybe I could have beautiful glass leaves. Yes, that would be wonderful. I'd love some beautiful glass leaves." With that, that same magical wind passed through the forest. Nothing changed. But the next morning, when the sun rose, the fir tree, its branches was covered with beautiful diamond-shaped white glass leaves. Oh, he blew in the wind and looked like a crystal chandelier. "Oh, look at me, everyone, look at me, everyone," he said. The chandelier gently tapping together, making beautiful music through the woodland. But later that afternoon, a great storm came, and it blew his branches so they clattered together. And as they clattered together, all of those beautiful, fragile pieces of glass bashed and crashed and broke until they were all scattered all over the floor. "Oh no," said the fir tree. "Maybe I don't want precious gold or glass. Maybe I just want leaves like everybody else. Yeah, that's it. I wish that I had big, succulent, green leaves just like all the other trees." With that magical wind blew through the forest again. Nothing changed. But then the next morning when he woke up, the little fir tree looked out and all of his branches were filled with big, luscious, juicy green leaves. "Yes, look at me. Now I fit in with everybody else. Oh yes, I'm very, very happy with this." And he stood there in the bottom part of the forest with these lovely, luscious green leaves. But later that day, a very, very hungry deer came wandering in through the woods. Now, deer love luscious green leaves, but they can't normally get them from the trees because they're so high up. So imagine how happy the deer felt when it spotted this little tree covered in luscious, juicy green leaves. It ran on over it, began to eat them. And in no time at all, it had stripped every single branch completely clear of all of its leaves. And off it trotted with a very full tummy. And the fir tree wasn't happy. "Oh no! I had beautiful, lush green leaves, but they were so lush that they were tasty for the deer. I know. I need some leaves that aren't as tasty. Something that's a bit more bitter, a bit chewy, and maybe a little bit sharp as well. Yeah, something not as welcoming, maybe short and stubby. Yeah, that's what I want." And with that magical wind blew through the forest. Nothing changed. But the next morning, as the sun came up, the fir tree looked out and all of its branches were covered with short, stubby, spiky, dark green needles. And the fir tree nodded. "Ah," it said, "now I see. These are the perfect leaves for me." And all of the other trees agreed and told the fir tree that he looked absolutely perfect just the way he was. And that is the end of the story. So I hope you enjoyed that. The Little Fir Tree. It's a really interesting little story. A story about having gratitude for the wonderful gifts that we already have. Sometimes we look around us and we think, "Oh, it'd be so wonderful to have that, or to be that, or to do that." And in doing that, we don't pay the full gratitude to who we are and what we do and where we've been. So it's a lovely story with a lovely little message as well. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share a comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you're brave enough, tell the story to somebody you know, and let's keep spreading these nature tales far and wide. So thanks for stopping by at Weeby Kids. Have a great day, and we'll see you again sometime soon. Bye.